Welcome to the call. Those from across Canada, we already have some folks joining us from the United States in here, so welcome to our southern neighbors as well. Great to have you on the call. My name's Rob Whitty, and I've been involved in the industry for 28 years now as far as the network industry, the home business industry, and spent a lot of that time in the health-related field. And so tonight I want to give you my story on INFINITUS and why I believe this is the best move in the entire home-based business industry today, and my reasoning why for your own health benefits, your financial future, why I think it's the best move. So let's start off talking a little bit about what's going on in the marketplace. After being in the industry for 28 years, and earning millions of dollars in this industry, there's a few things. You don't even have to be that smart. You can kind of figure out over the years that you see happening over and over again. It's one of companies don't have the right leadership. They don't have a pay plan that is sustainable, so they have to keep changing the plan, or they don't have products that work, or I've been with companies where the product worked and then Health Canada made them change the product and it didn't work, and so everybody fell out of the business. So there's a lot of dynamics that go into putting together this perfect puzzle in the home-based business success of a company. And so tonight I want to describe a little bit about that to you. When I was first introduced to INFINITUS, I got to tell you, I wasn't over the top. I really didn't catch the vision myself. I tell people I kind of came kicking and screaming, and let me tell you why. I was busy, probably like a lot of you folks on the line. I was pretty busy, got a lot of things going on in our lives right now, and I really wasn't actively seeking an opportunity. A friend of mine, Mark PU'ER, who's been around the industry for 35 years, he had been called by a legal team to do some of the work for INFINITUS and get them into Canada as far as getting them approved with Health Canada. And you've heard, many of you, from Mark. I call him Mark, the science guy. Mark approached us and he said, Rob, in 35 years, I've been supporting this industry, doing shipping for loads of companies, helping companies get into Canada. Never once, he said, have I ever joined a company. He said, but you know what? This company is so different in their approach. I'm going to join this. He said, my problem is I don't know very much about network marketing, about how to build a business. As you know, he's a very quiet guy. So he said, would you partner up with us and help us to build this team? And so we partnered up, and the company actually put us front line to the company for the Western Hemisphere. And they didn't do that without their due diligence. They searched everything out and made sure everything was valid and that they were getting the right people, because I want you to understand, INFINITUS coming to the Western Hemisphere, this is a big move for them, and they're not going to make any mistakes. Let me tell you a little bit about this company and then what we see here. Number one, you got to understand that the company is a pioneer in the beta-glucan, or what they call the polysaccharides, the compound polysaccharides realm, and they have over 450 patents, scores of intellectual property that they've developed. So this is a company that's been around and has really got themselves together as far as the research. Not only are they amazing, they formed all these partnerships with Cambridge University in England, Harvard in the U.S., and MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology. And so this company has got the right partnerships, the right research. They had a desire to bring the traditional Chinese medicine, or what they call the traditional Chinese regime, to North America. And in doing so, though, I just want to relate what kind of a company this is. The company was shortlisted as the best employer in Asia and best employer in China by an independent organization, and that's been for several times. 3 times they've claimed the title of best company to work for in all of China. Pretty exciting to be with a company that not only wants to take care of making sure they make great products, but they want to take care of their employees, and that certainly mirrors something to us in the field. And they've got some amazing core values and culture. And let me share a little bit of that with you, that their culture, they have a culture called Sili Jiran. And I don't know if my Chinese pronunciation, maybe you can do a better job at Chinese pronunciation, but it deals with nurturing healthy lives with balance, affluence, and harmony. Sili Jiran is something that means that we should all be considered before taking any action. It's the core value of Infinitus. When they were here a couple of weeks ago, he said, we believe in the helicopter view. The helicopter view is the mindset of we instead of me. So they take in the larger perspective, and that's what they said. We want to encourage people to think from other people's perspective, thinking from the angle of others, seeing the whole picture instead of only focusing on ourselves, and caring about other people's feelings, respecting others, and earning their recognition and attracting their engagement. That's really some of the culture that the company has got, and they've driven this culture very deep. They have this philosophy of constant entrepreneurship, which they call the spirit of Infinitus, which is, you've got to develop a mindset to win, to break through, and not to cap out, you know what I mean, or tap out, and to develop your skill, your leadership, plan, decision making. You got to develop that behavior, having the faith to do and take the responsibility for your future. So that's what entrepreneurship is all about. So some of those elements make up the culture of what we've got here in Infinitus, and most companies today, they have very little culture like that. It's all about people getting in, seeing what they can do for themselves and making as much money as they can. This company is really about making a difference long term in people's lives. And so let's get to the products and what appealed to me about the products. Number one, I've been with so many companies that they want to come to Canada, and so they bring all their products in, not for resale, and then usually 1, 2, 3, 4 years later, they end up getting the Health Canada approval of those products. And the difference that makes is that, we can't really get health professionals and other people involved, because what happens, these people, if the products do not have what we call a natural product number, they're not allowed to sell those products, and they could lose their license if they ever did. With Infinitus, before they ever started, they did not say, hey, we're going to bring this in not for resale. They made sure they had their natural product numbers already on their core products that they wanted to bring before they ever took one application here and to join the company, which I think speaks to their integrity. And, of course, as you know, we have 3 products. I'm going to discuss those in a minute, but let me speak to their basic philosophy of what they're trying to do with our health. And this is what we call the TCM approach, or the traditional Chinese medicine approach, the Infinitus approach to health. The products that I'm going to describe to you, they're looking at these products as developing 3 functions. Number 1, and you might want to write this down, is called Qi. That's spelled Qi. Qi. Qi is the life force of the body. It's the vital energy that flows in the body to maintain healthy functions. So when we strengthen the Qi, it helps defend the body against invading diseases and viruses. So to achieve ultimate health, you need that Qi strong, and that's one of the elements that TCM approaches. Number 2, the yin-yang. Yin-yang, we all know that the 2 opposite forces that exist in the universe. Illness is believed to be caused by an imbalance of yin and yang in the body. Thus, if we begin to balance the yin and the yang, that plays a whole vital role in us achieving great health. Thirdly, Zhang Fu. Zhang Fu is all about or refers to the internal organs inside the body. So when we talk about regulating Zhang Fu, it's the foundation of health which maintains the normal activities of the organs or helps to repair and regenerate the organs internally of the body. So that's what the function of these products are about. So they're not about a quick fix to try and solve some problem tomorrow or how you can lose 15 pounds by tomorrow evening. That's not what these products are about. They're talking about longevity, long-term health benefits that literally can cause us to live longer, a better quality of life on the planet. And so we have 3 core products that they've launched. Number 1 is called PU'ER tea. PU'ER tea is a special tea made in China, and it was really interesting. I had the great fortune of meeting a Malaysian lady who was a guest of someone the other day at the office, and we got a chance to chat with her, and she says, you know, Rob, you can buy PU'ER tea, you can buy a disc. You know, it's fairly thick disc of PU'ER tea, and she said it depends how old that disc is as to how much you pay. Well, I said, well, give me some kind of an example. What would that kind of a disc cost? She said, I don't know, like maybe $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 US. I said, wow, that's some valuable tea. And then there's a whole process that they have to go through to actually make the tea. She told us how they have to wash the tea and several times and then before they ever consume it. She said, but this is so simple to pour a little sachet into a cup, pour some hot water on it. This tea, PU'ER tea, why it's so valuable, it takes 10 years to make this. There's a fermentation process that this tea goes through, and it takes all the caffeine out of it. There's no caffeine in it whatsoever. And what this tea does, it helps the digestive system. It helps to lower the blood lipid levels, or in other words, it helps cholesterol levels. So if anybody's been struggling with that area, I know a lot of people are looking at, they're on statins or things like that want to deal with that. This is a great natural way to begin controlling that. It's got so many other benefits to it. We won't go into all those tonight, but we will have a special call on that. Number 2 is the premium nutrients for better health. And when I look at the label of this product, the extracts, the roots, the mushroom content here, it's just amazing. Now, what I personally found from this product, I take at least 2 and 2 per day. I take 2 in the morning and 2 later in the afternoon. I notice a great energy flow, feel amazing. It's building your immune system, helping to cleanse the liver. There's so many amazing benefits of the premium nutrients for better health. It's helping your body, training your immune system to function at its peak. The third product is called Royal Lingzhi Plus. This Lingzhi is another name for reishi or Ganoderma lucidum. You may have heard of those. And there's a lot of companies that they say that, hey, we've got some Ganoderma in our coffee, or we got some Ganoderma in here. This company is all about doing it the right way. Of course, it's a $7 billion company. They have this symbiotic relationship with the farmers where they've trained the farmers in a special location in a province very elevated in China, which is clean, it's pristine, believe it or not, which I'll speak to in a few minutes, but they train and work with the farmers in soil preparation so they get maximum production and maximum potency of these specific mushrooms. And when you research these mushrooms, the health benefits we can't mention on the telephone. We are forbidden to make certain statements on the telephone of what the possibilities of these mushrooms are in your body. It's just phenomenal. There's this one source that they have in China. This is the best source in the entire planet. And guess what? We use 80% of that entire source. So there's really not much left for anybody else in the world. So when you talk about premium content in a product, we've got the best of the best. Now let me address this. When I first heard of this product and company, the first thought is I'm not interested in anything from China. That's just me. I'm not interested. I didn't like it. I thought, man, that's a major pushback. And you know what? I had to change my mind. I had to change my thinking, because what Mark told me, he said, Rob, not only are these guys what they call FAPAS qualified or accreditation, where they've got a certification that no heavy metals in the product. He said, when it comes to Canada, he said, I have to send this product to independent laboratories to get it checked for cleanliness. And he said, Rob, the reports came back, and there's no pesticides, no heavy metals, no toxicity, no mold, none of that in the product. They're squeaky clean products, he said, and that was enough to convince me. So we've got the ancient formulas from thousands of years ago. That ought to tell you something. The reason that they're still here is because they've been working. Not too many people use things for thousands of years that don't work. They usually throw them away if they don't work. The reason these formulas have been tweaked over the centuries, and they work. When we put this together, we've got a culture that is second to none, a culture of integrity, honor, and respect. Secondly, we've got a product line that is ancient formulas that have been proven to enhance the qi, the yin-yang, the zhang-fu, those elements of the body. Thirdly, we've got a support system in place with a company that's 25 years old. The mother company is 128 years old. INFINITUS Health is 25 years old. They passed the acid test. They've got great management, great skills, great resources. And if you haven't seen the email today, when you see the building that they are putting together, their new office, one of their new office buildings, it's just mind-blowing, the support center that they're creating. Of course, they'll be doing the same over here for us. I don't know if they'll put together that big of a building for us, but I'm sure they'll have a center over here in Canada and the U.S. The pay plan, they have many seven-figure earners in the company, earning over $1 million per month. So we're not making income claims, but I'll tell you there's a lot of people making a lot of money with INFINITUS. And what I looked at, I said, okay, wait a second here. I've been in the industry for 28 years. You're telling me about this company that's $7 billion company. They just beat out Amway in China. And you're telling me they're coming to the Western Hemisphere. What's their name again? INFINITUS? I said, I never even heard of them. And they said, that's the point. We've got a chance here. This isn't some quick pre-launch where we're trying to get in and hype everybody up. This is a true long-term business model that can shift your life. And when you build it, you can pass it on to your loved ones, to your children, because this company already has the next 100-year game plan rolled out. Matter of fact, they're working on a 1,000-year game plan. So when you build commissions here, the goal of network marketing has always been to help other people and earn recurring passive income so that once you build it, you can live off that income for the rest of your life. And so that's what I want to share with you today that we have here in this pre-launch call with INFINITUS. I don't know what's brought us together here. There's a lot of people here I'm just meeting for the very first time. Some people I've met before and other people I know quite well. But whatever the reason you're here for, I can let you know we have a great responsibility in our hands. The company has selected us as a group, to take this project now to the Western Hemisphere. They're looking to us to help them build this INFINITUS brand here. And I believe we can do a great job. I can believe we can share this with people and engage people in this project, in this mission. So I think we ought to take some sense of pride that we've been chosen to do this, and let's do the very best that we can in sharing health and vitality in life with other people. I can promise you this. When you introduce people to INFINITUS products, you're introducing them to the finest of the finest on the planet, and you know, not just immediately, but long term, you're going to impact that person's health in a very, very significant way for the good. And so I'm very proud to have you on the team with us. Both Brenda and I are very excited about this project. We're excited about this meeting coming up. And if you're living anywhere, I'm encouraging you to fly in and meet these people. It's going to be an amazing amazing first pre-launch event. It's going to be historical. We're going to have a great time. We're going to put some business training together. The company already has a roadmap. We're going to be showing you on Sunday night some of the elements of the pay plan on the webinar. But I want to encourage you to set your fears aside. You found a home here. You found some solid ground to stand on. This is our opportunity, and we have to just respond to that and do the best we can with it and sharing it with others. So thank you very much for taking a few minutes of your time tonight to be with us. It's a great honor to be partnered up with you in this project, and I think we're going to do the world a whole bunch of good. Get ready as your business expands over the next months and years around the world. It's a borderless global pay plan. We're going to expand all over the world in every country in the world as we help INFINITUS go from number one in Asia to number one in the world. Thanks for being with us tonight, everybody. This is Rob Whitty wishing you good fortune in the journey ahead and all the best. We look forward to speaking with you real soon, okay? Good night, everybody.